The City of London was a black and white film. On that dreary afternoon, rain streaked the windows of Detective Thorne's office as he stared at the file on his desk. The case was cold, a decade-old series of murders with no suspects and no motive. The victims were a stockbroker, a journalist, a philanthropist, all from different worlds. The only link between them was a small, almost invisible mark left on their digital devices, just a few lines of code, a random piece of data. Thorne, a man who built his career on logic and evidence, had a gut feeling this wasn't random at all. He pulled out his old phone and dialed a number he had uncalled in years. It's Thorne. He said to the man on the other end, "I need a ghost." Miles, a former hacker now living a quiet life as a coffee shop owner, agreed to help. Thorne handed him a thumb drive with the digital breadcrumbs and a file full of photographs. Miles' fingers danced across his keyboard, a blur of motion in the dim light of his apartment. He was back in his old world, the digital underworld of code and secrets. He found nothing at first. The code was a dead end, a digital whisper with no source. He was about to give up when he noticed something in the police photos, a small detail in the corner of one of the shots, a book on a shelf in one of the victims' homes. It was a rare first edition of a book on architecture. He cross-referenced it with the other victims' photos and found the same book in each one. It wasn't a piece of code that linked them. It was a book, an old paper book. Miles dug deeper and what he found was chilling. The victims weren't random. They were members of a secret society of architects who believed in an ancient set of rules for building, a code so old it was almost forgotten. But one of the architects had a more sinister goal, a twisted vision for a new world, and he was willing to kill to make it a reality. He was a hitman. He was a silent architect, a ghost in plain sight, a member of their own secret society.